Tony D and Little Joan with a screenwriter's rant on Supercell, starring Anne Heche and Alec Baldwin. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. Links in the description. Comedy Horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys. Books 1 through 10. Available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. Yeah, Alec Baldwin. When did he shoot this? Hard to say. I mean, Anne Heche is in it. Obviously, it was shot a couple of years ago, at least, I would say. So, who knows? It's about storm chasers, and Alec Baldwin is he's like a rough and tumble storm chaser, like a cowboy, which is why he's wearing a cowboy hat and kind of looks like how he looks in Rust. Anne Heche is the mom of the protagonist, whose dad died in a storm, and now he wants to be a storm chaser too, and, I don't know, avenge his dad against the storm. It's called Supercell because they're trying to get information on the storm, and they keep chasing storms, and all sorts of horrible things happen, and then it's about them surviving. It's another version of Twister, I guess you would say. Live the legacy, survive the storm, change the world. Skeet Ulrich, is that his name? Anne Heche, yeah, Daniel, I don't know him, I don't know her, and Alec Baldwin. So, yeah, he looks a lot like he does on the set of Rust, only he's got more of a beard. Directed by Herbert James Winterstern. Oh, this is a copyright 2022. So, how long's this been out? See, and then it says official trailer 2023. So, this was probably made at least a year ago. And then they probably shot it before that, right? So, if they're saying 2022 when the cut was complete, they probably shot this, I'm going to guess, in 2021? When the hell did the Rust thing happen? That happened at the end of 2021, didn't it? Story by Herbert James Winterstern. Screenplay by Herbert James Winterstern. And Anna Elizabeth James. Who is she? Is she one of the producers? No, probably the screenwriter. Executive producer Anne Heche was one. So Anne Heche had some stuff going on. Skeet Ulrich, Anne Heche, Daniel Diemer, Jordan Kristen Simone, and Alec Baldwin. So, an ensemble cast here. Weird to see them all. Right? Weird to see them all. Let's see. When did the Rust stuff happen? Rust event film. Yeah, everything's about the new shooting. Let's go to the IMDb. See what it says about Rust. Yeah, this is the Rust film. See the whole crew here. Doesn't say. I don't have access to IMDb Pro. So. Oh, halted in 2021. So it probably would have had to have been, yeah, October 2021. It would have to have been shot before that. So let's see what they say about Supercell. Maybe they shot after. I mean, maybe while this was going on, he was still in movies. It's very possible. I mean, a guy like Alec Baldwin would have been scheduling stuff, but it would have had to have been before Anne Heche died. So, and they filmed it in Billings, Montana. Wow, they went out in the middle of nowhere for that. Huh. All cast and crew. And when did Anne Heche die? She died, that was fairly recently. I think that was 2022, right? August 14th, 2022. So it would have had to have been before that. It's possible they shot it in that window when Anne Heche was still around and Alec Baldwin was still in trouble. Possible. Kind of a weird. I mean, they would have signed the deal way before that, I would imagine, and then, they'd be stuck. They'd be stuck, and certainly Alec Baldwin would be like, "Oh, you're not letting me out of the contract. I want my money." So they still got movies for Anne Heche coming out. Supercell, The Idol, You're Killing Me. Chasing Nightmares, and Wildfire, The Legend of Cherokee Ghost Horse. So she was still working pretty good. Oh, wow, and The Idol's a TV series, so that's 6 episodes. Yeah, it's weird, right? Because, you have somebody die, and it's like they're still in stuff for a while after. But does this movie look any good? I mean, it doesn't look bad. It looks like it's a lot of overblown weather stuff. Like the weather's the bad guy kind of thing. Like in Twister, it was kind of fun. I mean, that was sort of the first big budget sort of version of that, where like, the weather's the enemy. There's Alec Baldwin. So there he is. Yeah, I mean, it looks okay. I'd feel weird about seeing it, though, that Alec Baldwin's in it, right? It's not something I'd run out to the theaters and say. First act, there's a kid, and he's super into the weather because his dad was killed by a storm. And his mom's Anne Heche, and she's trying to raise him, and she's in the storm chasing too, but oh, I'm retired because the storm killed your father, and now I learned my lesson, and you should stay off the roofs and stop chasing storms. Then there's some big storm coming in the end of the first act, and he wants to go chase it. His mother's against it. He goes anyway, gets involved with Alec Baldwin, who's some, like, cowboy ghost chaser, storm chaser, and, he plays by his own rules. He gets people in too close, and sometimes they get a little hurt, but he knows what he's doing. And then there's some drama there. I think there's a scene where they punch Alec Baldwin in the face because he takes too many risks. And the kid teams up with him because I'm a risk taker too. I'm gonna get the info my dad wanted, and I'll avenge his death in that way. And then there'll be a bunch of scenes of them going after, and he's in love with some girl, and there's a love story. So that'll make it okay. Then the third act is the big storm. So there'll be a bunch of scenes of them, hiding from storms, or they get too close and then they have to dive into a local building and hope it holds up and that kind of thing. But then the big storm at the end, the Supercell, there's Anne Heche getting involved, is really crazy. So, and then Alec Baldwin, I think, dies. I think he gets left behind or something and ends up in the middle of the field with the Supercell coming, probably going, "Come on, come on!" Like one of those scenes. "Come on, storm!" And then at the end, he gets all the magic information he needed and avenges his father's death, because now we know what it creates a supercell, and now we can kill it. I guess. I don't know. It's weird to see, though, right? I don't know. Would you see this movie? I kind of don't want to support Alec Baldwin, number one. It's weird to see Anne Heche, but, I had nothing against her. It's tragic what happened to her. But, just in general, if I took those two out of the equation, like if they're different actors, would I see this movie? Maybe. I'm not super into the whole weather thing. I'm sure it's going to tie into climate change. It doesn't look bad. It looks exciting. The effects look cool. I mean, it looks a little over dramatized. Let's be honest. I mean, the Earth is not being wiped out by massive storms. But it looks like it would be fun and exciting. And there's a love story with the kid. I gotta say, I'd probably watch it if I didn't have my reservations about Alec Baldwin. I wouldn't go to the theaters, but I'd probably watch it on VOD. Right? If I needed a movie, it's like, all right, I'll watch this. It looks decent. I think it'll be very watchable, even with Alec Baldwin in it. I mean, Alec Baldwin is Alec Baldwin. He'll play that role, the older guy, the older storm chaser. He died, but he saved us all. And Anne Heche playing the mom, she's good in that role. So, they're in their element. So I think it'll be okay. Seems well written. I like the music. Everything seems like it's coming together. So, yeah. And you got Skeet Ulrich. I mean, he's a name. Bit of a name. So, Supercell. Coming to probably video on demand. Did we have a date on this? No date. A teenage boy runs away to follow his father's. He runs away to follow in his father's footsteps. It didn't really say. Runs away to follow his father's footsteps. Legendary storm chaser Bill Brody. Oh, okay. So it's based on a real dude. Oh, I guess. How's this worded? A teenage boy runs away to follow his father's footsteps. Legendary storm chaser Bill Brody. Oh, so he's the son of Bill Brody. A little unclear there. I mean, you could have put more than a sentence. You could have used a couple of extra words to clarify that. But whatever. So, yeah, okay. That makes it a little more intriguing. Maybe should have mentioned that in the trailer. Based on the real, true life story of Bill Brody's son. Or something like that. Or is he not the son of Bill Brody? It's poorly worded, I think. Poorly worded. But anyhow, Supercell coming to, I don't know, VOD near you. And that's it for me, Tony D and Little Joan. Check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our more base takes. We got 2 other videos. You don't see them on YouTube. Too spicy for YouTube. We're going to go walkies, and we'll see you in the next one.